Hello, I am Christopher Holton,
And I am Connor Lamb.
and the Island Podcast is back, baby.
Phase 2.
We are back, and we are better than ever. Is that right?
Oh yeah, for
Oh
sure.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what does this mean, Connor? How are we back for one episode, or are we back for a while?
We're back for at least a little bit. I hope so.
Me too.
Yeah.
We got out of the groove because school started again, and because we're lazy. But
Yep.
you know what?
Pretty much.
We also got busy, to be fair.
Yeah, true.
But we're back, and we're going to be trying to do this. We don't really have a schedule, so we're just going to do it whenever we want. Hopefully, once every other week. Maybe sometimes once a week, sometimes twice a week. So probably somewhere between there.
Keep an eye out on the Instagram for the latest update on when that will be.
Speaking of which, I have a very select few amount of sweatshirts and t-shirts left. They're no longer on the site. So what you got to do is you got to reach out through DM, secure one for you, secure one for your mom, secure one for your sister and for your girlfriend, because guess what? They make great Christmas presents, and you already know that it's a great gift, and your friends and family would appreciate it. I would appreciate it, and that's all I got to say. What about you, Ben?
I would appreciate it too.
Connor would definitely appreciate it as well.
I need a few more.
I got my hot cocoa here. So does Connor. We're kind of getting in the Christmas mood.
Almost. We're easing into it.
We're easing into it. We'll do one more episode before Christmas, so this technically isn't our Christmas special yet.
Nope.
But this is
Christmas season.
it's a Christmas season, so we're trying to get festive. Like I was saying, you're going to be seeing a lot of changes, okay? Production value changes. We're going to be trying to get, you're going to be seeing a new thumbnail on YouTube. That's another thing. We are recording visuals for all of our next episodes, okay? We have a little setup here. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see. But if you want to watch, you should head on over to YouTube. Of course, the plain audio will be available on Spotify and iTunes podcasts. So that's also an option if you want to just listen.
For sure.
Yeah. We might be doing some fun things in the future that will be enhanced.
By the video.
But
Sure.
for this episode, we're sitting down, we're drinking hot cocoa,
Chilling out.
so there's nothing to be gained too much, so don't stress it too much. But Connor, the main reason we got out of the groove was because of one main reason. Online school. And so I want to ask you personally, how's that been going for you, my man?
It's all right. I thought it'd be worse than it was. It's kind of nice because I get a lot more free time for sure. Can kind of do more of what I want when I want, and just kind of prioritize school when I feel like it.
Yeah.
Which is nice. People seem to either hate it or love it, and I haven't seen many that are in between. But hopefully, that will all be ending soon with that vaccine that just came out.
True. The Pfizer vaccine?
Yep.
Is
And
that
then there was
correct?
one more that was
Okay.
just approved as well.
Yeah.
They're both like 94%.
And I know you said there's a family member of yours who's a first responder who will be getting it soon.
Yep. In the next few weeks.
And then I believe then the elderly get it
Yep.
hopefully in
we're
February, right?
Yeah.
Which would include some of my family, which would be great. But we probably won't get it for a while.
Mm-hmm. We are luckily within the age category that was still tested. Most of those vaccine companies tested from 16 and above.
Okay.
And so anybody below 16 will have to wait even longer because they still have to conduct more tests on that vaccine to see what the results and impact they may have.
You know, that makes sense.
Yeah. So with that vaccine,
Yeah.
I have many teachers that are hopeful that we'll get back before the end of the year. I kind of doubt it
I do not believe them.
because with all those like again, the vaccine not being approved for anybody below 16 yet, and
Yeah.
them being the last on the list, I doubt schools will be open here in Washington State anytime soon.
The other thing we do have to think about on that one is that with COVID numbers are worse now than they have been ever.
Yep.
Not like in this very moment, but in the past couple.
Yep.
So even though we might get a vaccine, I don't think the numbers are really going to start to dwindle that much.
Yeah.
For at least 3 months or so after people actually get it.
Yeah, I heard that there's like herd immunity. I'm not sure I'm using the correct term, but professionals say that at least 75% need to be vaccinated before that we see a drastic number in droppage of cases.
Yeah.
So that's the number we're shooting for as of this moment.
So I personally, yeah, I don't think we're going back this year. I hope we're not going back this year, because if we do go back this year, that means I have to take French in person, and that's an issue for me as someone who is really bad at the language.
Gotcha.
If you pick up on what I'm saying.
I do pick up on what you're saying. Yeah.
Of course, I'm not admitting to anything because, of course, we are being recorded. So,
yeah.
But the vaccine.
And hey, this is your last year, then you're done.
This is my last year. That's the other thing. I'm not taking AP French. I'm taking French 3. I'm done. I'm out of there, okay? I'm never speaking the language again. I'm going to start learning Japanese. That's my plan.
That's fun.
I'll learn on Duolingo.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to do the 15 minutes a day.
Get that owl after you every day.
Well, yeah, because then, okay, think about it like this. If I have an extra off period, I'll do like the 15 minutes a day. And then I'll do that. But then I'll also do it on the weekends. So you know what I mean? So that's my plan. Anyways, but COVID's been affecting our school life, but it has been, but we're still able to do sports.
Yeah, so
to a certain extent.
Yeah, for sure. Like I just got back from swim practice like right before this actually. So that's been nice. We were able to like do all the CDC recommendation, like socially distance, and there's a few things that kind of don't make sense to me. Like we have to enter a certain way and then exit a different route, even though nobody's coming down that way. Anyways, just little tiny pieces and stuff. But we're able...
Some nitpicks.
Yeah, we're able to safely conduct our swim practices, especially because we can like start on opposite sides of the pool, and then our faces are in the water when we get closer than 6 feet.
Yeah.
So like, and chlorine of course kills it, or like directly kills it. Anyways, this was actually my last swim practice before winter break.
Oh, right.
And we won't be doing any swim practices over break because we like lost our pool time for that. But are you going anywhere for winter break?
I am. Yeah, for the first couple of days, me and my family are meeting up with, if I can say this according to the CDC, but we're meeting up with some family friends at their cabin in Winthrop, Washington, for a couple days, and we're going to be doing some cross-country skiing.
Still need to get you actual skiing.
Yeah. I would love to start doing some downhill, but we'll see how that happens. But I'm doing that for the weekend, and then I'm coming back, and then I'll finally get to see Connor again, and that's all that really matters. So
for sure.
Are you doing anything? I think are you going skiing, right, as well?
I'm doing a little bit of skiing. I'm going skiing on Sunday, and then leaving on Monday for Leavenworth, and we were going to try to go skiing up there, but it turns out all those areas up there are already booked out and aren't on the same pass that we have.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so we're going to go snowmobiling instead.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
It's like a jet ski on snow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or a motorcycle on snow.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the trio. It's like the land, or is there a beach? Is there's water, ice, and land? Is there a firemobile?
Is there a firemobile? There must be one. Like eventually, like
Okay,
to ride the surface of the sun. Like you just kind of
True. There should be an airmobile.
an airmobile.
Because then you could have like the 4 elements. Because technically you have 2 different versions of the watermobile. So you have the jet ski and the snowmobile.
Yeah, but that's
And
like,
both of those are technically
Oh,
motorcycles
true.
for water,
True.
but just different forms of water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
But then if you got like
And there are
a lot,
but there are crossovers. Like have you seen those guys that like rip across the lake on a motorcycle with the front with like a skid on the front wheel?
those are
They're so sick. They're so sketchy though.
Yeah, because if you lose speed or you tip over,
Yeah,
you're done.
You're done.
It's
You can
over.
do that on a snowmobile as well, but they're a little bit heavier, so they don't last quite as long. But there's a world record. There's actually like a recorded record for the longest time, like planing on water on a snowmobile.
Should I find out what that is?
You should find out what
Okay.
that is.
Longest
It's in like
time planing water
on a snowmobile.
on
Oh my goodness.
snowmobile. What's up?
Who knows? Maybe I need to break that record this weekend. Or
Oh my gosh. 212 kilometers
wow,
on a snowmobile.
wow! Look at that.
Of course, it's in
That's-
Norway.
That's
Of
longer
course
than I
it's
thought it was.
Norway
Oh.
man beat snowmobile water record, according to the local Norway. Whatever. Okay. Norwegian man has set a new world record for traveling over water on a snowmobile after a 212-kilometer run down the. I'm so sorry to all our Norwegians watching. I'm about to mispronounce this word. Karasjoka, and Tanelva rivers. I'm so sorry. So Morten Blen, I'm Norwegian. I should know how to say
Yeah,
this.
you should, but
had
it's-
been
it-
planning on traveling 250 kilometers, but his Polaris RMK 800 snowmobile unexpectedly choked in the middle of the river after 212 kilometers.
Oh man, he had.
He only had 38 kilometers to go.
Yeah, you just got to look at it as like a refreshing break right in the middle, just for him to go try again.
In this Norwegian, probably freezing cold river.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And to keep me warm during that, because it's going to be cold with the snowmobile thing.
Yeah.
I have a 1980s, basically brand new snowmobile outfit for my grandfather, who has worn it twice, and he passed it down to me. It's like has the fur on the inside.
That's kind of sick.
It's like super insulated. Has like all these little zippers everywhere. Anyways, I might wear it skiing actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Just to be extra retro. Doesn't really match my white helmet, but you
Who
know,
cares?
Whatever.
You'll still look cool. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's not really an issue.
Yeah. Do you know who else looks cool in their helmet?
Please tell me.
Mando.
True. Wow. What a smooth transition.
Thank you.
Right there. That was
I know.
really slick. Connor, I have a question for you, bud.
Yeah.
Are you planning? I think he already knows the answer to my question, but I haven't asked him yet.
Yeah.
Are you planning to stay up and watch The Mandalorian tonight?
I am not, because I have a 6:30 swim practice tomorrow morning and a history test.
I thought you told the guys that you're not going to that.
I haven't decided yet, but I
Okay.
probably should, because I skipped Wednesdays. So, and this is the last one, like the last one, because the whole like session is ending in like whenever restart, because high school swim's gonna ramp up after break. So the guys like, yeah, basically I'm not gonna go out of my way to,
Got it.
yeah. Anyways,
That makes sense.
yeah. But I gotta figure that out, don't I?
You do.
Yeah.
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 Well,
Well, I know you are. So
I am staying up tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna be. It is currently 6:48, Tuesday night. It is less than 6 hours. It is just over 5 hours.
Tuesday night.
What? Thursday night.
Yeah. It is
Why did I
Thursday
say
night.
Tuesday night?
I don't know. This week has gone by pretty fast, actually.
It has.
That's probably why.
It is 6:49 on a Thursday night. It is currently
December 17th.
5 hours and 11 minutes until the finale of The Mandalorian Season 2 releases. As you guys may know, as you may not know, I'm kind of a Star Wars mega nerd.
Like the kind that reads canon. Isn't it even canon books?
Yeah.
They're canon books.
Guess what? I just bought
the next one?
the newest Thrawn novel because there's a
Nice.
trilogy.
Gotcha.
I bought the newest one for my trip this weekend, and I'm
Nice.
gonna try and get through all 500 pages of it.
Oh.
in one weekend. I did it on my trip to Steamboat. I got through the entire second one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Craziness.
I think I can do it.
I still have your Mistborn book in my house too. I need to give that back to you. I haven't read it.
No, you should read it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, maybe I should read that over break because I have no like.
Boom.
Boom.
I got him to read it. It's so good, dude.
Okay.
That book is actually Mistborn. By the way, I recommend it. It's by Brandon Sanderson. It's basically about, without spoiling anything, it's about like a group of rebels in a medieval city that's run by this tyrant, and they each have special abilities that only the nobility is supposed to have, but they're like the poor, and so they're not supposed to have these magical abilities, but they do because they have noble blood in them somewhere. So the whole point is that they're trying to overthrow the nobility and overthrow the government. But there
French
are
Revolution type stuff.
Yes, but the problem is that the government has this like they're called the Inquisition, and they're a group of like executioners / hunters, and they're constantly getting tracked by them. So they have to like,
because the government doesn't like that they have
noble blood in them. Because what it means is they're like a slave race.
Yeah.
So what it means is that a noble slept with a slave.
Yeah.
And they're all children
of the slave.
And what the nobles are supposed to do is kill the slave they sleep with within 9 months of them doing that.
Yeah.
That's the one condition, so they can do it. So it's like this whole thing. But it's a very good series. I was like halfway through the second book, and then we started school. And then I'm like, I couldn't get myself back into it.
Yeah.
So I'm taking a pause. I'm reading a shorter book because they're pretty long. They're like 1,200 pages.
Shorter book as the Throne.
Thrawn. I'm reading the Thrawn, which is only 500
pages. Oh my goodness.
Which I think I can do. I think I can get through it in a couple days. But
okay.
Anyways, I'm excited for Mando. What have you thought about the season so far?
Better than I thought it was. I didn't really like some of the other characters in the first season. Like a lot of those episodes were just kind of like they didn't mean anything. And like this episode, this season is more like relevance to like prior content, Star Wars content.
Yeah.
Like more of it, like
minor spoilers for up until the finale of season 2. We'll say that. All right. We're just letting you guys know. Sure. Like the return of Ahsoka.
True.
That was really cool.
And then like what's the Mito something? The Force thing in the blood.
Oh, Metachlorians.
Yeah. Those things.
Yeah, that was a cool return how they used them. I know like so many people got so mad when the Phantom Menace came out, and like they're like, we don't like that the midichlorians determine how much you can use the Force. I'm like, screw you, man. Why not? Like, it makes sense. Like, whatever. But I think it's cool that they're bringing it back.
Yeah, certain beings like have more
midichlorians. Yeah, higher midichlorian count.
And then like how Anakin's mother said that there was no father, and if the Force was the father, and that was why his count was so high. So
you actually want to know what that is?
What is that?
So canonically, I would search it up, but that would take too much time. I know I'm pretty sure it's the canonical version. Darth Plagueis was trying to live forever.
Gotcha.
He was trying to be immortal. And Darth Plagueis was Palpatine's master, who eventually Palpatine kills. But basically, Darth Plagueis created Anakin inside of Shmi Skywalker.
Gotcha.
In like an outburst of the Force, trying to create life. But by doing so, he like creates some super high midichlorian count somewhere.
Cool.
And that's how Palpatine knows about Anakin, I think. I could totally be messing this up, and the Star Wars fans might come for me, but I believe that is...
And that's why there's that prophecy that there's this one Jedi that's going to bring balance to the Force.
Yeah, or I can't remember where the prophecy comes from, but yeah. Qui-Gon believes that he is the chosen one.
That the prophecy says.
That the prophecy says. The Council doesn't believe him, and all that.
Well, we don't really know if he was or not, because
Yeah. I mean, well, we know he was the chosen one.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's confirmed, pretty
Okay,
much. Like,
okay.
Anakin is the chosen one.
Okay.
I mean,
there couldn't
there's some
be a-
debate between it's him and Luke. The problem is, so here's what's the issue with that.
Okay.
He balances the Force by killing Palpatine at the end of Return of the Jedi,
Yes. But then.
solidifying him as the chosen one.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is
Yeah.
he never balances the Force
Yeah.
because Palpatine doesn't die because they
Yeah.
bring him back in the sequels.
So
that
maybe he didn't.
breaks.
Yeah.
So then the whole thing is, so is Rey the chosen one? But like no one wants Rey to be the chosen
No.
one. So
Well,
it's
and-
like this
and
whole
Luke-
debate.
And Luke dies before
Luke dies.
Palpatine is killed too.
Yeah,
So,
Luke's dead. Luke dies in The Last Jedi.
yep. Anyways,
Whatever.
that was enough
Star Wars rant.
Star Wars stuff.
But we're glad that Mando has been very good this season.
I am very glad. Yes,
Well, speaking a little bit about Star Wars, Hayden Christensen is returning,
that's true.
and there was a lot of trailers that just dropped for Disney Plus,
Yes.
Marvel and Disney.
Yep.
Or sorry, excuse me, Marvel and Star Wars.
Yep. All Disney.
Yeah.
Yes.
To name a few, we're getting an Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Oh yeah.
We're getting an Acolyte series that's supposed to be about the Sith during the High Republic.
Oh yeah.
We're getting Rangers of the New Republic. We don't know what that's about. We're getting an Ahsoka show.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting the Bad Batch in spring, probably March, maybe April.
And your favorite Lando.
We're getting Lando, but that's probably not going to be for a while. Because that has Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, my guy. Everyone knows I love him. Then on the Marvel side, I can't list those, but we're getting a lot.
There's
Loki, Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier and Falcon is one, like together.
Yeah. She-Hulk, we're getting a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, WandaVision's coming out in January.
Oh, that's right. And
WandaVision?
that one looks weird.
Yeah.
I watched the trailer of that. Oh my goodness, what is happening?
It's going to be cool, I think.
Yeah.
And then
I feel like they didn't reveal very much. I feel like that part of that's shown in the trailer is like the first episode, maybe two, and then the rest of it's gonna get like crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we know that Vision dies.
Yeah.
So I think
This is like
Scarlet Witch is like in her own head. Because
Yeah.
like she has like that magic stuff.
Yeah.
And it looked like reality was like breaking in the
Yeah.
trailer. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Well,
But-
because it was like the 80s.
and the 60s and the 70s. It's like
Oh, it was
different
everything?
eras. It was like different eras.
Oh.
It went from like black and white to like, did you see that?
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, it's different eras.
Weird.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
Nice. And then Black Widow hasn't come out yet, right?
That's the other weird thing. So Marvel, Black Widow will make too much money for them to release it on Disney Plus.
Yep. They gotta release it to the theaters. But they can't.
Problem with that is that
Same with James Bond. Can't.
Yeah.
That's why they haven't. That's completely done.
so their test movie, the theater's test movie was Tenet.
Yep.
They released that into theaters, and Tenet was aimed to do well. So they thought, if this movie that's aimed to do well,
Yeah.
we release it, it will be kind of the status quo for COVID movies going on.
Yep.
It flopped horribly.
Yeah.
Not because of the subject of the movie, but because no
nobody
one's
wanted
going to
watch
go.
it. Yeah.
Like, even if they say it's safe, people just don't want to go to the movies now.
Yeah.
So,
So sad.
it's whatever. Speaking of movies, Christmas movies, have you been watching any?
Not yet.
Me neither. I haven't watched a single one.
Yeah.
What's your family's like 3 ones that you watch every year?
Elf,
Elf.
Christmas Story, Die Hard.
So we have 2 of the same. Elf and Die Hard. I was actually in Christmas Story, the play, but we don't watch the movie every year. We watch it maybe every couple of years. We watch A Muppet Christmas Carol every single Christmas. That movie is goated. Like,
Really?
it's so good. Oh, yeah. I can't tell you how good A Muppet Christmas Carol is. Like, I love that movie so good. So much. So good. What the heck? I just love that movie. There's like this one song where
Yeah.
Marley comes back. Where Marley and Marley. Ooh. It's so good. I can't. It's so good. Go watch Muppet Christmas Carol, y'all. We should watch a Christmas movie together, dude.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, we should.
I think we should do Die Hard
Yeah,
No.
I don't think.
with like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think some of our COVID pod has seen Die Hard.
I don't think so either.
which is a problem. But the problem whenever we watch movies is that we watch them, but we don't really watch them.
True. Maybe we have to this time.
Because Connor is like, he's not paying attention. No offense.
No.
Connor's preoccupied. And then everyone else just starts talking. So we have to, if we watch Die Hard.
You just sit down. Hey, I got multiple big couches. You just space yourselves out. You know?
Yeah.
You know, no distractions.
Yeah. We'll keep you and your girlfriend on the opposite ends of the couch.
All right.
And you're like, no, you have to like pay attention to Bruce Willis.
To that guy.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah. Because it's such a good movie.
Not this guy.
No.
That guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it'll just be turning your head the whole. Like, no.
No.
That way.
No, that way.
That way. That way. At the TV. Anyways, I love that movie so much. It's
Some people say it's not a Christmas movie.
It is.
They're wrong.
They're
wrong.
so wrong.
Could not be more wrong.
Die Hard's the most Christmas movie to ever exist.
It's sure.
Okay. Die Hard takes place during a Christmas party. On, like, the whole point of him coming back to see his wife is because it's Christmas. The whole plot wouldn't happen if it wasn't Christmas.
True.
I love Die Hard. You know they say the F word 54 times in that movie, and it was made in like the 80s.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember them saying it even once.
They say it so much. And they're. Oh, I searched it up because I was like shocked. I was like, they say it this much. I was like, how many times do they say this? And then, and like, also it's the 80s, but like the amount of nudity in that movie is crazy. I'm like, jeez. Anyways, Die Hard, good movie, good action. Love Bruce Willis.
Yep.
Yeah. So what are you asking for Christmas? Because I think I know one thing, but I really don't know what you want.
Yeah. I am always into new ski gear because I'm like kind of easing my way back into skiing. By the time Christmas rolls around, I'm like officially like back into it. So I always get like ski gear as well. But Xbox Series X just came out and is still pretty hard to get. So we'll see what happens with that.
I've been looking everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've gone to Walmart several times, Target several times. I check the websites quite often, and it's impossible.
Yeah.
Our friend Owen, who was actually a guest on the podcast,
Yep.
almost 4 months ago now, I think.
Is that crazy? That's so crazy.
I'm gonna fact check myself on that. Owen, who was on the podcast a long time ago, he somehow got his hands on one, and I played Valhalla with him.
On
On the Xbox. Okay, it was not 4 months ago. It was 6 months ago. So that's crazy that we've been doing this. We've been doing the podcast for 7 months. Not really.
Not
but
straight,
like,
but yeah.
We started 7 months ago. So isn't that crazy?
That is pretty ridiculous.
So I played Valhalla on it.
Yeah.
That game is cool.
Yeah.
Like, it looks great. It plays great. Unlike Cyberpunk 77, which we'll talk about in a bit. 2077, my bad.
Yeah,
and then we played Black Ops Cold War. Obviously, it runs fine. We played Rocket League, runs fine. I mean, these are normal games that run fine on the one. But I don't know, man. Valhalla's a beautiful game.
Yeah.
You have still yet to get Black Ops, correct? Cold War?
Yep.
Yeah.
I have like the gaming center downstairs.
Yeah.
With that TV's a little bit older, so it only does 1080p.
Yeah.
But I snuck the Xbox upstairs to the newer TV, the 85-inch 4K one.
Right.
And I didn't actually realize that the One S can do 4K, but it can only do a 60 hertz refresh rate, which is not amazing, but it gets the job done. And so I got to like actually see what 4K looks like in some games, because some games aren't supported on the One S because it's just like not powerful enough. Like Motorsport 7, I believe, is the one that I have. Still with split screen, you can't run 4K for both. You can only do it for single player. So that's where the X comes in clutch. It is because basically it's rendering the world in twice, and it just can't like do 4K in both. But No Man's Sky, I've been playing that a little bit, and that game is super cool to look at on that TV. And basically, it's not a super popular game, I'd say.
Yeah, it kind of so the story of No Man's Sky is interesting. It super hyped,
Yep.
super bad launch. It redeemed itself with multiple updates.
Okay. Yeah.
It's kind of like Battlefront 2. Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Like super hyped, hated at first, redeemed through updates.
However, people lost the hype because it wasn't a new game, and so there wasn't as much hype when those updates came out.
Exactly.
So fewer and fewer people played that game.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like there's an infinite number of planets and like random planet generation. I haven't gotten that far into it, but there's like you have to collect resources and craft different things to like achieve different tasks and to like upgrade yourself and like progress through the game. So I'm like just finding like life pretty much besides my character. So it's been progressing pretty quickly now.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cyberpunk. I have like no knowledge of this at all.
Do you want me to talk a little bit about it?
Of course.
Do you want me to educate you?
You want to? Yes, I would love to have you educate me.
Cyberpunk 2077 was first teased. Hold up. I want to fact check myself. But I believe it was 2012. That's
Wow.
how long this game's been teased for. First trailer ever. Let's find out when this was. 7 years ago. So 2013. So that was when the 360 was out.
That's crazy.
Right?
2 gens ago.
That's when it was first teased, and it doesn't even run that well on the Series X.
Wow.
It's been delayed 4 times this year, I believe. 5, maybe. It's insane. But the game is an amazing game.
Yeah.
If there were no bugs, it would be great. Like, you choose everything you do. So you know how, like, in a game, you meet an NPC, and then it becomes an important person you go get missions from?
Yep.
You could just kill them in the beginning of the game, and then all that stuff would go away.
Wow.
Every single decision you make drastically affects the decision, like the game.
The whole game.
So, like, I was watching this stream, and this guy was like talking about the amount of like hours he's played. He finishes the game. So does his friend. He says to his friend, "Oh, the blah 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 mission was my favorite." His friend was like, "I never went on that mission."
Wow.
And then his friend was like, "I went on the blah 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 mission. That was my favorite." And then he was like, "I haven't done that."
Wow.
So it's like individual. It's like super different.
That's super cool.
And you can choose 3 different choose 3 different basically stories.
Okay.
The Corpo, which is like a corporation kind of deal. You're in Night City and you're like a businessman. You do like all stuff from skyscrapers. Then there's like a street kid, and then there's a nomad. And nomad's in the desert outside the city. The street kid's like a street kid. And then the Corpo's like the corporation stuff.
Nice.
And then some of them you intertwine, but
Yeah.
that's the basic idea of it. It's pretty cool.
So could you start a new character and like do a different campaign path?
Yeah. Yeah, once you finish the game, you could do that.
Nice.
That's pretty sick, right?
Yeah, so I actually was playing Forza Horizon,
Yeah.
and there is a street race in Edinburgh that I had never seen before. It was like a distorted, futuristic-looking street race symbol. And I logged in, and it was like,
Cyberpunk something?
and I was racing against a cyberpunk jet-powered car. And I actually won the race.
Did you get the car?
I was racing an M5 against the cyberpunk car, and I did get the car. And it looks really cool. It's like my brother saw it and was like, it was like a Lambo and like an Aventador.
Right.
Had a baby with a Mustang.
Yeah.
But then those lines like it's like a wedge pretty much, and then a big like jet intake somewhere.
Yeah.
And it handles like crap because it's super heavy.
Yeah.
But it looks cool, and it's not super fast, but it can do some good burnouts, and
It's just cool to have.
it's really cool to have. Yeah.
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 Okay, we've probably been talking about video games like too long,
A
and
long
for
time.
anybody that doesn't care, they're probably kind of bored to sleep.
Yep.
But I mean, I want to ask a question to the audience. If you're watching on YouTube, or if you want to click away and go see what the whole YouTube thing's about, what do you think of our new setup? I feel like we have matching Macs, but Connor's is definitely working better as of now because my speakers blew out, I think, when I was making beats, and it is super quiet. So now I can't use my computer without AirPods now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Should get an appointment for that one.
Should get what?
An appointment.
You know, I was thinking about that, and I know they do it with COVID, but
I got my phone replaced during COVID.
Sounds so just.
I think I talked about that in an
irritating
earlier Phase 1 podcast, actually.
Really?
Yeah. You could go back and listen to figure out how I did it.
Yeah, like I'm gonna go through the 10 hours of content we have just to find it. But yeah, I thought I should probably book a meeting.
It takes 10 weeks or 10 days. Yeah.
But I don't know. I just have so much to book. I've been planning all sorts. I'm planning this trip this weekend. We just booked flight. I just booked tickets to I think we're flying into New Mexico. Yeah, we're flying into New Mexico for a. I don't know if you guys know what this is, but it's Camp Philmont. It's like this high adventure Boy Scout camp.
Nice.
It's basically 7 days of backpacking.
Nice.
And so it's not a camp.
Yeah, it's like an organization.
It's one of the high adventure camps. So it's it's not like one where you go and you camp in the same tent for 6 nights and then you go get your merit badges during the day and you come back. It's a high adventure. So you basically circle a mountain.
It's like a setup route that you go take.
Yeah. And it's for 7 days, and then you end in their area, and then you get to shower and take a nice meal, and then you fly home the next day. But in August, I will be gone for a week and a half.
Nice. To go do the same thing?
Well, to go to do the high adventure camp.
Oh, gotcha.
That's when it is.
Gotcha.
It's in August.
Missing my birthday.
I'm probably going to miss your birthday. I can't remember the dates exactly, but if I can remember right, I am probably going to miss your birthday.
Dang.
Which means you'll have to have the party before or after.
Or after. Probably before. Well, weather's nicer after.
Yeah.
But who knows?
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna be sad, but I'm gonna be so tired when I get back because it's
a week of hiking.
Yeah. I'm gonna be.
Gotta train up to that.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm doing running right now because
that will for sure
it's
help
for
it.
cardio. It's a lot of cardio and leg work, so I think I'll be okay. But I know we're gonna do a lot of practice hikes, which I'm gonna need. So yeah.
Nice.
I'm excited for that, but I'm kind of dreading it because the process of planning and all that stuff is very stressful.
Coordinating it all.
This is the last week of school before we. My gosh, I can't talk. Winter break.
Yes.
So I have 3 tests tomorrow. I think. What did you say? How many do you have tomorrow?
I just have one.
In what class?
History test.
Yeah, me too. I have one. Then I have French, like I said. But I am dreading tomorrow. We had a huge band assignment. Sorry to expose. I'm gonna expose you right now.
Yeah.
Honors in band.
I am in band. I think we've talked about that.
We probably, maybe. I'm not sure if we have because we were doing it during quarantine. Band wasn't part of our lives.
No, you're right. But it was early that we started these podcasts, and we did still have bands.
True. We might have still had band.
Yeah. But we basically got to pick our song last week.
Pick.
They gave us 3 options, and then we voted, basically. And of course, knowing band people.
Yeah.
Pick the hardest one.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So we had a week to basically learn it. And so both of us have already done 2 submissions. And then there's one more that's due tomorrow. It's the final one where you have to play through the whole song. and then they'll actually like mix that one and edit it up and post it on the band Mercer Island High School Band YouTube channel.
So we do like these things where we play on the offbeat, where it's like the boom chaws.
The boom chuck.
Boom chuck.
We play on the and of one.
And of one for an entire page.
It's really bad.
And I can't.
It's so hard to
Stay in time.
So the tubas we have like a recording in our ear while we're playing, and the tubas are really like loud.
And they're on one.
So we got to play precisely in between that.
I hate it so much.
And because of the way that the submission box works, we have to play it at the actual tempo that it was meant to be. So I've actually been going to the YouTube version and putting it on like 0.75 time and playing it to that. And then I started on like 0.5 and then played through the whole song on 0.5 a few times to get like really good, and then brought it back up to 0.75 or 0.75,
and then
a little bit faster, and then to 1 to finally record it. But
it's awful.
It's pretty bad. It's not that bad, but
it's for me. The problem is for me is that I got my braces off and then I didn't practice for months.
Yeah, oopsies.
Oops. I can't play notes now. Like I feel like a 5th grader.
Yeah.
Because I can't figure out how to play my trumpet.
You can't get those lips tight enough.
Like, I seriously don't know how to play.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah. Because with those braces, I got my braces off the day before a level assessment. Do you remember that?
Yeah. But the good thing is that you were playing consistently every day after you got your braces off, so you were immediately adjusted.
True.
I'm in the situation where we're in quarantine still.
And you're not that motivated to pick the trumpet up.
No, why would I?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going to do schoolwork, I might as well go do something I at least have somewhat fun doing.
Yeah.
I hope my band teacher's doing it.
Mr. Bixby, we're sorry.
Mr. Bixby, if you're listening, I'm surprised that you're listening.
Thompson would actually find this first, or Lawrence.
Yeah, but if Lawrence finds this,
he's gone.
He's gone.
He's chilling.
I hope Lawrence finds this. Mr. Lawrence, if you're watching, I love you, dude.
We miss you. Come back.
You're great.
Come back sooner.
You're amazing, and I missed you during music tech. I'm not taking it right now, but you should take music tech with me.
Really?
Yeah, it's fun. I think Owen's doing it right now. I think Owen's doing music tech, and if you took it next year,
I don't need another credit, band or an art credit, because that's an art credit, right?
No, it's a
CCRV or whatever.
Yeah.
Career.
Because it's like music or sound engineer is like technically the career it falls under. It's a cool class, but like if you did it next year and then we all did it senior year, we'd all be in advanced music tech.
Yeah.
There's no assignments.
Yeah.
All you have to do is submit like a project every
week or something.
Yeah, or just like every other week.
Wow.
Actually, it might be every month, depending. You can like choose how often you submit assignments.
And then
depending on how large they are.
Yeah, the complexity has to be a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can do it because you play piano pretty well.
Yeah.
So you can just like do thrown chords. I can teach you how to make drum patterns.
Yeah.
It'd be sick. And then we all do advanced music tech senior year.
Yeah.
And you just you go in a practice room, you make beats, and you fool around. It's super fun. But anyways, that's a discussion for a different day. But it smells really good in here.
It does, thanks to this
beautiful candle,
courtesy of velvet candle.
Christmas velvet, courtesy of Target. Shout out Target. You know, since we're okay, I have something to say right now, Connor.
Let me know.
Okay. Good old hot chocolate. I'm pretty sure yours is gonna be cold, kid.
Mine's empty.
Oh, you finished yours quick.
Finished mine like a long time ago. For anyone watching, you saw.
All right. Here we go. The Island Podcast is back, baby, and you know what that means? We need a sponsor. So, you would think that maybe the brand Island would sponsor us, but they haven't. I haven't sponsored us, but that means we're reaching out because we're a media, we're a fashion brand. We're covering the news right now. We're covering all the news, but you know what would make this great? Maybe some G Fuel. But we can't have G Fuel unless they sponsor us.
True.
So, G Fuel, if you're out there and you're listening, please sponsor us. Literally, all you have to do is you don't even need to give us anything. Okay? You
No,
just
we'll still buy the G Fuel from.
we'll still buy it. You just need to make it official. Okay?
That way we can like put it like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like right here. If you if people are listening, they can't hear. We can put it right in front of the candle. Right in front of the Target candle.
Oh yeah,
You know?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that would like nicely sum it up.
Nicely bring the room together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just that splash of neon something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need it.
All right.
Especially for like, okay, right now it wouldn't fit.
True.
But there are some flavor tubs that could aesthetically look good here. But like once we get to, we should do like themed episodes.
Yeah.
So once we get to like the
Let us
spring,
know what themes you guys want to see.
beautiful. We should do a Star Wars episode
Oh yeah.
after Christmas,
Okay.
and we'll dress up, and we'll put up a big poster behind us.
Okay. So for anyone just listening, you gotta watch that one.
You gotta watch that one. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. And we'll do a Christmas episode next week. We'll do some Christmas trivia. Maybe we'll even bring some guests on
That's a thought.
and do some. It's not confirmed.
I'm pretty sure somebody's already done that we know, but we can ask them for inspiration.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. So you know what, guys? Cop your freaking Island sweatshirts. You can get them right now. You
Do it
just
now.
need to DM islandusa.brand on Instagram right here, right in front of you. Look at that. Islandusa.brand. Follow us too. We have under 100 followers.
Oh,
It's not bad.
that's not.
But
that
you know
good.
whose fault that is?
Yeah,
Mine. Because
a
I
little
don't
bit.
promote it. And that's an issue. So right now I'm promoting it. Islandusa.brand. You can follow this guy at, what's your Instagram label? You want to drop it for the people?
Sure. Connor's Flowers is my business one.
Boom. Go follow Connor's Flowers.
Connor's _flowers, no apostrophe on the S.
Boom. You didn't really do a flower business this year. You kind of let your brother.
I kind of let him. Just
I think we
take
should
it.
talk about that. That's pretty funny. So I'm gonna give Connor an intro because this is a slightly embarrassing story.
Slightly.
Connor puts a lot of effort into raising these flowers. He when did you plant them last year? At his old house, right? And then you transferred them to your new
I
house.
didn't transfer them.
Oh, you didn't?
No, they're already out of the ground. So you got to take them out every year, or else they'll freeze. So they're actually still sitting in the ground. So I got to take them out before like.
Oh,
January.
don't worry. I know all about that process because I helped your grandpa do it. It's
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
So don't worry, I know about it.
Oh, so you can help me. You can come do it for me.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Just another instance
so-
of someone in the Lamb
yeah,
Anderson
so-
family trying to.
Yeah. So Christopher, I drove him out to. We were gonna go mountain biking, and of course, in tradition, he always has to end up helping do chores to reap the benefits.
And I want to make this very clear. I had a very fun day. I am not complaining right now. I enjoyed my day. I had fun with Connor. I worked a little bit, so I felt useful. I just think it's a little funny.
It is pretty funny. So he helped my grandparents have another 100 dahlia plants at their house, and then so does my aunt and uncle, another 100, and I only have like probably 40-ish right now. Don't have that much surface area I can plant in, but Christopher just happened to be there at the same time that my grandfather was taking out his dahlias, because it freezes over there in Issaquah much earlier, and the ground gets a lot colder. Near the lake, the ground keeps a little warmth to it. But so he got firsthand experience digging out, and you got to spray down the dahlia tubers, like these big like pockets of seeds pretty much, and you got to get all the dirt out of it so they
Just
don't
get soaking muddy and wet.
because it's like, have you ever like cleaned a spoon in the sink and then how it like kind of sprays back at you?
Yeah.
It's basically a spoon, a dahlia. It's like big. It's like the biggest ones that I've gotten out of my was like basketball sized, and there's like all these little tiny like seeds that come out of it, and you put a hose to that because there's dirt like all the way down into the core of that thing. And if it hits the wrong tuber, it reflects back into you. And then when it's like probably 40 degrees and the sun has set and there's like a fog moving in, your hands basically become ice cubes. The blood freezes in your
So
fingers.
I want to give further context. So we arrive at Connor's grandparents' house, and his uncle is here, and I've been acquainted with Connor's uncle multiple times throughout the summer.
Oh yeah.
And we know each other, and so, however, Connor's grandpa, I don't know very well.
You've met him a few times.
I met him a few times, but I don't think I ever had a conversation with him.
Really?
So we go and we start to dig out tubers. And Connor says, "Have fun. I'm going to go off with the guy that you know and leave you with the guy you don't know to do a job that I know how to do, but you don't.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go do a job that you know how to do with someone you know and leave you to do a job that you don't know how to do with someone you don't know."
Pretty much. Basically ditched him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I had a good time. I'm not going to lie. I learned a lot.
You learned a new skill.
I learned a lot.
From the master, and you got a newer, more intimate relationship with my grandfather.
Yeah. I got to know your grandparents better. And your grandma came out, and I got a tour of your backyard and your shed and their shed.
Yeah.
And I felt very useful.
Good.
But it was just something to laugh about a little bit.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm down, but really?
Yeah.
So would it really be an Island podcast episode without a story like that?
No, it probably wouldn't be.
You know what the fans are really missing?
What are they missing?
Flannel review. We're gonna have to bring that back soon.
You're
wearing one.
We got him. Well, I don't remember which ones we reviewed.
Yeah, me neither. So we'll have to go
I
back.
have a few more new ones that I can now review. So
Me too.
I know for sure that there's a few that we haven't done yet.
You know what I think we should do in the summer?
What should we do?
I think we should do Hawaiian shirt review.
I
Switch it up in the summer because we don't have enough flannels to last us all year.
I actually have like no Hawaiian shirts.
You don't?
No.
I feel like you would.
No.
I have so many.
I have like my casual, like bright colored button-up shirts.
Yeah.
Like I have like 3 or 4 of those.
Yeah.
But I wear those like on the boat and stuff because I can like wear them open and they're a little bit lighter than the flannels and they're more like summery than the flannels. So I'm feeling extra like vibrant that day. I put on one of those things. But I do not have those Hawaiian shirts, no.
I have a lot. Like, a lot. I mean, I used to have more, but I outgrew most of them. But I have a pink one, and I have a couple blue ones, and I have a red one.
Wow.
Somewhere.
Craziness.
My dad has a ton. But I think he just has a lot because he, like, always gets one when he goes to Hawaii. And he's there a lot because of, like, work stuff. So, you know how it is. You know what, guys? I think we're going to wrap it up here, and we will see you next week.
We will.
We'll be back for a Christmas special. This wasn't a Christmas special, even though we are so freaking festive right now.
Pretty festive.
You got a wreath?
Few things. We got Rudolph over here if it's in frame.
It is. We got Christmas mugs. We got a Christmas candle. I feel very Christmassy. Do you?
It's getting there.
Yeah.
Once I go to Leavenworth.
Yeah.
And that's like the Christmas town of the West Coast.
Yeah.
Then like that's it. That I'll be in the mood.
Leavenworth is like the white person town of the West Coast.
It is. It's pretty bad.
It's like really white and German.
It is.
Yeah. All right, with that, I'm going to say thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. We're back, baby.
Oh yeah.
Phase 2 of the Island Podcast starts right freaking now. Tune in next week. Be on the lookout. Follow us for more details. The Island Podcast. Thank you for watching.